Hi, this is TJ Welch, and welcome to Sonic Lobotomy number 29. We have a special acoustic performance for this show with our guest from Boston, Massachusetts, Mr. Bryan Mcpherson.
Traded my bedroom for a jail cell, painted blue, and it's a real howl, no school bell. Them guards yell and screaming in the night, screaming in the night. And I sold it, I sold it, I sold it, but so but I'm a poor boy with a poor name, and a poor way with poor to play, in a rich man's game. And my knuckles, they're bleeding from banging on these bars. And you can take my body, you're never gonna take my my spirit won't die. Cause I'm a poor boy with a poor name and a poor way with poor to play. A rich man's scheme. I'll rise up, I'll rise, and I'll rise up, and I'll rise up, and I'll rise up. In an instant the chains are broken, and the sun shine down to a blaze of truth. And all the hypocrites and all the liars stopped jamming, stopped jiving, and that party was over. What about Limbaugh? All the actors, them rock stars, they're who matter. They're all in rehab, playing tennis, and I'm in this prison cause I'm the menace. And I guess it's okay for the rich and famous, and for me cause I'm of the nameless. And I'm a poor boy with a poor name and a poor way with poor to play. In a rich man's game.
Welcome to Sonic Lobotomy. I believe it's 28 or 29 or it could be 27. I kind of lose track after a while. There's been a lot of them, and we're going to keep doing them until I die, and then maybe my son will continue to do them. What do you think?
I think you should carry the torch.
Yep, for generations to come. All right, and of course this is Bryan Mcpherson. He hails from the town of Dorchester, is it?
I live in Boston, in Dorchester right now, yeah.
Where'd you spend your time in high school?
High school. I went to BC High for a couple years, Archbishop Williams for a couple years, for a couple months. Then I went to another course to college, and then I finished up over at Notre Dame Education Center in South Boston.
So you're a victim of Catholic school like myself?
Yeah, I'm a casualty of the Catholic school.
And that's good fuel for songwriting, right?
Yeah, you know, I guess can kind of be one of my victims, I suppose.
Yeah. When did you start playing out and pick up the guitar? Give me a little bit of history on how you came about.
I started playing guitar when I was probably like 15 or 16. I just started messing around in my bedroom, and then I started to play around with a couple people who kind of showed me a thing or two.
Who were those people? Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to Trevor Gillespie, who showed me a thing or two back in the day. We used to jam or whatever. So yeah, and then around when I was like 21, I wrote my first like song on the guitar. Yeah, so that's kind of how that came about.
Nice. Do you remember your first performance in front of a group of people?
Yeah, I was doing like my first performance in front of a group of people would probably be like on Roseland Street in Dorchester, out in like the summertime, hanging out. Those are like my first kind of shows, and then I started to, because like I think a show is just if you play in front of another human being, you know, it's a performance. It's,
yeah.
You know, so just that was kind of where I kind of started that hurdle, and I started to do open mics around like folk clubs in Boston and Cambridge, and they didn't really quite know what to make of me. I was kind of screaming and yelling and beating on my acoustic guitar.
Very emotional.
Yeah. And then my first like official show was at the Out of the Blue Art Gallery in Cambridge, roughly, I don't know, 5 years ago maybe, something like that.
And you've had some pretty high-profile gigs in the meantime. I understand you opened up for Chuck Berry?
I opened up for Chuck Berry.
Did you get to meet him?
No one meets Chuck, man.
That's true.
He walked by me. He looked at me. He was a nice guy.
This song's called White Trash Moonlight. It goes out to Shannon in New Hampshire. He likes to wear her clothes when no one's home and he's all alone. And cats in the windowsill, mom and dad are popping pills, and you're living down by a landfill. In an old suburban town where the factory meets the ground, and the only sound is your heart when it pounds and rains on you. Just a nightmare. Every day's like another year, and every day it's just another fear, and every day it's just another tear, and it's rolling down your eyes like teenage suicide. And your parents, they wonder why, but they never really tried, and they blame you. Dad got drunk and he punched you out. Mama's lying on the couch quietly as a mouse like everybody in this house, and he threw you across the room like an inflatable balloon. And you white trash plastic spoon shines reflections from the moon, and they bet the
I think you started out with Poor Boy, right?
Right, Poor Boy.
That's not about a sandwich or anything, is it?
No. Yeah, it's pretty, you know, it's about, it was kind of indirectly inspired by a friend of mine who got locked up when he was like 16, 17. So.
Is that on an album or a CD?
That's on 14 Stories.
Yeah, nice. White trash is a term you hear all the time. Is it specific to any situation?
I don't know, man. It's just kind of wrote the tune, and I just like, it seemed like a good title because it kind of pops up at the end of the song. But it came about. I spent like 6 months living down in Rockland, Massachusetts, down in the suburbs, and kind of spent a little bit of time near like a landfill. I guess that's one of the lines in the song.
Oh yeah.
But
was it trailer life?
No. So I don't know where these songs come from sometimes, man. Sometimes I can point to something. Sometimes it's, you know, out of the blue, so,
yeah,
as they say.
Yeah, there you go. Those are the best ones, are out of the blue sometimes.
Cowboy sits on a dead horse and the rich man drives a red Porsche, and I don't know which is worse, to lie or collide on course. And the queen sits upon her crown, and the orphans all wander round, and they're laughing at the crying clown, and the dead man swallow down salvation. Salvation. No. Policemen are drawing guns, and the junkies are drying blood, and the breeders are breeding with fucking the mud and the coal, and they're making love in the kings, and the nobles laugh, and the peasants, they get the gas, and the thieves sneak and creep past the Jesus freaks, light the match, and it's bloody. And it's bloody. And a soldier stands on a hill. A killer stands alone on a kill, and they're targeting your self-willing and marketing one more pill, and the doctor can come to cure your pain. The dealer can come just to do the same, and they're forecasting heavy rain, gonna wash it all down the drain, 'cause it's filthy. And it's filthy. poets all they nod their heads. The prostitutes dressed for bed, and you're grinning with smiling eyes, winking at the camera's eye, 'cause it's over.
July S. Am I reading that right?
July 5.
Oh, July 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Day after July 4th.
Yeah.
Hangover?
Coincidentally, yeah, it was one of the worst days of my life, probably back in like 2001-ish.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about it if it's that nasty.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
I don't want to recall that.
I've had some bad July 5s
I
myself,
bet.
yeah.
It's probably Dependence Day, not Independence Day. But
Yeah, I hear you. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom to start climbing back up to the top.
You know, everyone's got to struggle.
Yeah. If you didn't struggle, you wouldn't have songs.
Yeah, that's a hard truth right there.
Yeah. I mean, really, look at all the... I look at all my favorite artists, you know, and they're all people who struggled, except for maybe Sting.
Sting's got it easy, man.
Yeah, he's the type of guy who got all the girls. And he still writes good songs.
Maybe he's got something going on, you know.
Yeah, really.
This song's called Dangerous Friends. It takes place in 1986. Baby walks the avenue at night. Got a copper rock just to feel alright. It's alright. You see, baby got a disease, a case of crack, a strain of HIV, and she can never leave. At night she goes to dance for the men. She's got all kinds of dangerous friends, the kind that never forget. One day, baby disappeared. They said they gotta drink her down by the pier, 'cause that's how it goes around here. City put a beach where they buried the bodies back in the 80s. For the police and Whitey, we were really fucking crazy. Michael took a bullet in his head. They flipped him over and they shot him again, just to make sure he was dead. And that's how it goes, coldest land, on the corner for the cocaine man. These college kids can't really understand. This place is full of dangerous friends, dirty politicians, crooked cops, crooked feds. Where the river meets the bend, by the harbor where they bled. City for the beach where they buried the bodies back in the 80s. For the police and Whitey, they were really fucking crazy.
Now you've done some solo recordings, right? And you put out CDs.
Yeah, there's a live record kind of floating around of recent that's kind of like a live demo basically, but there's a studio record from a couple years ago called 14 Stories that I made with fella Indecent Music.
Nice. And you can go into Newbury Comics or maybe get it online or anything like that?
You used to be able to get it at Newbury Comics. Actually, I think it's still in one of those stores, buried behind something else. But yeah, if you go, you can go to my website, bryanmcpherson.com. You can get it on iTunes, cdbaby.net, cdbaby.com, whatever it is.
And that's Bryan Mcpherson, B-R-Y-A-N?
That's right, B-R-Y-A-N, M-C-P-H-E-R-S-O-N.
There you go. What's up for the future? You going to do an album with a band or any symphony, or what do you got in mind?
Rap, hip-hop record.
There you go, yeah. We're all going to do that.
In 2010, I want to get a, another full-length record going, so, I'm just seeking out right now possibilities of being able to do that and give it justice. I got tons of material that I've written in the last couple of years since 14 Stories, just like piling up. I could probably put out a couple records right now just on that stuff alone. So that's my primary focus right now, I'm itching to record again.
How do you write a song? Do you start with the lyrics? I mean, your songs are all very lyrical, topical. Or does it go with the music, or is it either or?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's usually both. If I had to pick what came first, it'd probably be like the chord progression, just because I strum and then I would sing something. It's a very spontaneous process for me. I never go, okay, let me go write a song, and anytime I've done that, it's been a crappy song. The song sort of comes when it wants to, usually at an inconvenient time, and the words and music usually come at the same time. Although I've kind of written songs walking down the street in my head, just started singing them, and gone home and found the right chords for it and finished it off. And I pity the fool. She's walking down the street. She's a honeybee. She got tight jeans busting at the seams. She can love you for a while. She's got a slight smile. Just another lost child, walking tall in the wild, Marie. Going down, down, Marie. Down, down, Marie. Down, down, Marie. She can take you downstairs. She's got a back alley stare, and life ain't fair. Nobody cares. And if the streetlights could talk, well, they'd just rock back and forth. Just another cigarette, and then Johnny's coming again, Marie. Going down, down, Marie. Down, down, Marie. Down, down, Marie. Marie.
babe in blue lights on Friday night. She's in between the bars, in and out of cars, and the pale moon dark, with the wolves and the sharks, and they're spreading their teeth, spreading their disease, going down, down, Marie, down, down, Marie, down, down, Marie, Marie.
Down, Down, Marie. Is that right?
Yep, that's another new song, newish.
So we can count on that one going on the next disc?
That, Dangerous Friends, yeah, those are two definitely be on there, I think.
Good. It's good to have a first look at them on my show. Thanks for playing them.
Right on.
Down, Down, Marie. Is that ex-girlfriend or?
No.
Yeah.
About a prostitute.
Ah. There you go. It's like Roxanne by Sting is about a prostitute.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I got to write a song like that. So I sat down and I was like, got to compete with the Sting.
Yeah. You convey a lot of emotion and a lot of pain and struggle. You know, I hear different influences in it, and you know, like I said, the Waterboys I hear a little bit of, and you're probably not even, you know, maybe not as deeply into the Waterboys as me even.
I've heard that, and I've actually never heard the Waterboys, but
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Maybe I should check them out.
Well, what do you like? What are your influences?
Jeez, I got a lot of influences, I guess. I mean, I used to, listen to a lot of punk rock and some folk music, like the Bob Dylan. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Bonnie Prince Billy.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all kinds of stuff, man.
You had a pretty cool shirt on when I talked to you the other night at the performance. It was who was it? That wacko musician guy.
Was it the Daniel Johnston
yeah,
shirt?
Yeah, Daniel Johnson.
Yeah, he's great. I just got into him a couple years ago. Yeah, he's a pretty awesome songwriter.
Yeah, he is. That's a good documentary out there on him, too.
Yeah, and Townes Van Zandt, Tom Waits, guys like that, Springsteen, all different kinds of stuff like that. And then, Rancid, like the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
Old school Showcase Showdown, Boston punk rock kind of thing.
Are they still around, or?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they were a good band.
But, yeah. A bunch of different.
What bands do you like now that are up and coming, or that you've been playing with? Any bands around Boston that?
Bands around Boston. Yeah, I'm actually getting ready to go do some shows with my friend Jeff Rowe. We're heading up to upstate New York next month. He's from Gloucester. He's like a kind of a folky, punky sort of dude. Writes some good songs, and also in this band called Larcenist, who I just saw last night, who are a local Boston band, who are rocking and rolling a lot these days. Yeah, I don't know. Who else? There's a lot of good bands. I mean, I've got to do some shows with Lenny Lashley. I love that guy's.
Oh, from Darkbuster?
Yeah. I love the Lenny and the Piss Poor Boys record a lot too. It's phenomenal. Definitely like Mark Lynn stuff, Ducky Boys, and.
It's a hard town with a hard way. It's a hard ground on which you lay. It's hard work with a hard day. It's a hard night, 'cause it never goes away. There's a path to freedom where victory lies, and you find meaning in the morning light. You find questions that rise with the sun, and they've got answers in the barrel of a gun. 'Cause it's a hard place with the hard people, and it's hard to be good surrounded by evil. The faces on the train, they scowl in the sadness. They've got angry eyes staring the madness in the midnight rain. It beats a lonesome drum for those on the doorstep of kingdom come. 'Cause it's a hard road with the hard streets, and it's hard to be strong in the eye of defeat. And it's a hard faith with the high steeple, and it's hard to be fair when you ain't equal. But in life, and it's hard to care with no future in sight, and it's hard to survive on your money been spent, and it's hard to stay warm on last month's rent. But the sky is the limit for the tallest man, but a man with no money is a man with no hands. His pockets are empty in last year's clothes, and the windows have been broken in last year's home, and the fence is open and it's all full of holes, and the dogs are running wild and the grass is overgrown. Yes, it is. To make it right, 'cause it's our world, it's our season, it's our life to find a meaning.
Hard Town. Is that one about Dorchester? About Boston?
I was having a bad day, basically.
Yeah.
I can tell you that song was, inspired by, getting on the subway, I guess, and just everyone just giving me a dirty look,
Yeah.
Like, like having a bad day too, So yeah, I started writing it, and I had the melody in my head. I wrote it on my little phone, typing it in, and it's kind of wrote it on the subway walking through Boston Common, finally to where I was going, and got home that night, and was like, oh, finally I could sit down with a guitar and just like put the pieces together. But that was like a storm tune, it was just like kind of it's kind of taken hostage by the song, I guess.
Yeah, having the iPhone on your person all the time is it's always helped me in songwriting, because it's got a little recorder function, it's got a notepad function. God damn,
we should be getting some money from
Apple. Steve Jobs should be cutting us a check.
Exactly.
But thanks for the iPhone. It's really enabled us to capture our songs.
Yeah, it comes in handy,
A couple of years ago, a movie came out called The Departed, and kind of loosely based on the Winter Hill Gang, and it's inspired some songs and things like that, and a few books. Have you seen the movie or read any of those Black Mass or any of those books?
Yeah, I read Black Mass. I saw the movie The Departed. I read Howie Carr's book.
Oh yeah, man, that's fiction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw all that stuff.
Yeah. So growing up in Boston, in Dorchester, surrounded by that type of Irish, that culture has influenced you.
Yeah, I mean, it was very much there, when I was growing up. It was, the St. Patrick's Day Parade or the Dorchester Day Parade. And,
yeah, Billy Bulger,
Whitey Bulger. It was just, it was all there. And it was like, whispered and kind of, Boston politics or whatever. So it was definitely, I would say it definitely influenced me.
It was an interesting period in history, and it's still being whispered today. It's just different names, right?
I would say so.
Yeah, it's just human nature to have an underworld, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, wherever there's law, I guess there's going to be people breaking laws.
Yeah, that's true. And songs being written about them, and movies being made about them, right? That's art.
Yeah.
Long streets of destruction. I walked the long streets of mass consumption. A police state man built out of ashes. No debate, no, not for the masses. Better all just watch your asses. When they send man, they send the gases. And don't you terrorize, don't you terrorize, no. Don't you terrorize me. No, no, no. It's my country, it's your country, it's our country. Tis of thee. Yes, it is. And there's the man. He's in the bushes. He's in the van with them leather cushions. Watch the clan man, clan of bushes, button pushing, out looking, wire tapping, finger snapping, attacking, patriot. Don't you terrorize, don't you terrorize, no. Don't you terrorize me. No, no, no. It's my country, it's your country, it's our country. Tears of thee. Don't you terrorize, don't you terrorize, 'cause you terrorize me. It's my country, it's your country, it's our country. Tears of me.
Thank you.
Don't Terrorize Me was one of the songs that stuck in my head. It was just the melody is real memorable, and the strumming is frantic, and you've got your voice really conveys a lot of I don't know what the proper word to use, dismay, or what. Tune me into what that one's about.
Don't Terrorize Me is about, being forced to live in a state of fear, I guess.
Yeah.
By government and society, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different world now.
Yeah, especially when I wrote that tune. I wrote it a few years ago. It was pretty more than that. I recorded it a few years ago. I wrote it like probably 5 years ago. Red terror warnings here and blue terror warnings there, and
the panic.
Yeah, I mean, and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's certainly made life for us different. Our children. It's nagging. It's every day. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people ask me how why are there so many good artists out of this town. I certainly, doing this TV show and doing the 28 episodes or whatever, and I still got tons of bands I haven't had on. I mean, why do you think there's so much good street type, white blues type great music coming out of Boston? Is it something in the water?
It's really cold, man.
Yeah, it is. Like today is freaking freezing.
It's crappy.
Yeah,
it's cold and miserable all the time. I mean, not all the time, but like 8 months out of the year, it's like not comfortable.
And most of the people don't have a lot of money either, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty working class.
Yeah.
There used to be, there's a lot of weird stuff going on now. It's not necessarily the same sort of place it was 20 years ago, but it can be a gritty city.
Yeah.
I sit at home on a Wednesday, I paint. I lay awake at night, I paint the pain. And baby, and sometimes I think I'm going crazy. Do you know I'm the craziest of the bunch? I'm all confused, I'm out of luck, out of touch now. Time goes slow in the daytime, I'm dreaming. I see a landscape of mountains, and it's pleasing. It's just so busy. And it's like an angel in the snow, and it's like an echo of the vibrations. Like an angel in the snow, and I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know. I sit at home on a Thursday and I faint. Is this plastic all around me? It's like a plastic wreath. I watch the earth and it's dying. And Superman, he ain't flying no more. No, 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 no. Ain't it real hard to get old, Mama. And ain't it real hard to get old, Mama? Sometimes I think what it'd be like when you die. I lay in the night and my eyes they cry. I can't stop the tears though. I know it's just the fear. And Mama, I love you. You did the best that you could. It's like an angel in the snow. It's like an echo of the vibrations. It's like an angel in the snow. I don't know. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I see the world on fire. I see little kids try. They get higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And I tell them my TV, I'm just another buyer. But when I got a show, you know I'm gonna make a flyer. And what's it all mean? Yeah, what's it all mean? I'm not a machine. I'm a human being.
Angel in the Snow is a song that you did today. And tonight, it's a pretty bad snowstorm out there.
Yeah, it is.
Seems like we're covered with snow half the year here.
Yup. Ice. Slush.
Yeah. That one about just jumping in the snow and
Angel in the Snow.
moving your arms.
Exactly. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. You know, you see a big hillside with virgin snow, you gotta just...
You know, sometimes you just gotta pull over and dive in.
Yeah, people may think you're crazy, but...
It's alright.
Recapturing some of that childhood.
That's right.
When you did my show, you had some accompaniment, which went really nice on bongos and mandolin. Can you tell us about Keith Cornella?
That's Keith Cornella. He's a multi-talented, multi-instrumentalist, singer-songwriter, friend of mine. Yeah, man, he plays guitar, he plays mandolin, plays drums. If there's like an instrument, I think Keith plays it.
Like a utility baseball player, you know.
He's a good guy to keep around.
Yeah, yeah.
Love you, Keith.
All right, he did great. I mean, he really rounded it out nice.
Yeah.
Down in the jungle, there are lions. They don't know their size. It's down in the system. There are prisoners. They don't know their crime. 'Cause down in my neighborhood, you do what you got to get by. And if capitalism is a crime, well, you can paint your prisons in stars and stripes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Down in the market square, well, there are people hated for being queer. And down in an alley, well, this hatred waits patiently. And in hatred's eyes, a death did shine on the poor son of a carpenter's wife. And if right and wrong one day collide, may hatred be the one to die. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Up in heaven, well, it's a full-time operation when you're fixing the souls of the young and the old, of the sinners and the pagans. But if there's a one thing I know, the God that I know knows no creed, no class, no nation. Knows no creed, no class, no nation. Knows no creed, no class, no nation.
How about No Nation?
Yeah, that's actually, I wrote down No Nation. I think the title now is No Class, No Creed, No Nation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a colorblindness, right?
I guess.
Or economic blindness too.
I guess it's like, everyone's kind of always trying to categorize you or put you in some sort of category, whether it be, class, a creed, a nation, a country, a neighborhood, a color, whatever. It's kind of maybe not necessarily belonging to any one thing and kind of just being a human being with all the other human beings on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's easy to categorize something, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, now that I think about it, the more you categorize something, the more conflict that can arise,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Why not just a person?
I guess. I mean, easier said than done sometimes, but I guess that's kind of like I said, I don't really know where that song came from, like literally sitting in my kitchen and just started playing it. But I'm kind of like, I would say like a sponge, I kind of experience the world, and once in a while a song will come out of that.
Yeah, you spit it back out.
Wring out the sponge, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't it feel good to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.